Hello guys, we're going to repot this beautiful orchid today. Yes, she is in bloom. You can repot your orchids when they are in bloom. However, you do not want to repot an orchid that is in spike. So this lady here, let me move you over so I don't knock you over. This lady here is our She Fang Savory Orange, who is currently in spike, as you can see right here. You do not want to repot your orchid unless it's an emergency if they're in spike, simply because you're liable to blast the spike. You want to wait until the buds start opening if you want to repot. Now, if it's an emergency repot, obviously do at any time. I would not recommend doing it while it is in bud. I'm going to move this over here because I will knock it out of the vase. This lady also is 2 keikis in a pot. She also has what I suspect are spider mites. Let me get in closer here. Do you see all of this? And then around the base, I have been wiping it down with rubbing alcohol. Once I get her out of this pot, I have my alcohol handy. I'm just going to spray her down really good while we are repotting her. We're also going to use Orchid Supply Store materials today. So if you'd like to get a 12% discount off of your order, spring is coming, you're going to need supplies. Use coupon code TRISH in the checkout, coupon code area, gift certificate area, and get your 12% off. It doesn't matter if you buy 1 item, 100 items, free shipping in the United States, and it is multi-use, so you can go back as many times as you like. The pots I'm going to attempt to use, these are both 5-inch pots. The difference between these two is this one doesn't have any slotting on the outside, just these nice big holes at the bottom. And then this one does have slotting all the way around, as well as a nice little holes at the bottom. And it is much wider. So once I get her out, I'll decide which one I'm going to use. I have small and medium Orchiata Bark with some small perlite. That is what she's in right now, I believe. She's been in this particular setup since 2022, September of 22. I got her in 2019. When I repotted her in 21, she had no roots when she went into the pot. She had some strings, no roots really. She just had the string of the root, no velamen around them. And since then, this is what we have. So I'm going to hopefully be able to get her out of here without breaking the pot, but if I have to break the pot, I will. I'm going to start off with just kind of squeezing around and upside down, trying to get the media out. But she has literally just taken over this pot. Both keikis seem to be doing rather well. I don't think she's going to come out without some damage. So okay, you know what? She's got plenty of roots. If cutting healthy roots kind of makes you squeamish, close your eyes, and I will tell you when to open, because I'm just going to cut all of these roots that came out of the side of the pot, because she does have a branching root system, so that should be fine. And then I'll push them in. Let's see. And then she's got some roots down here that are holding her back, so we will cut those as well. Hopefully now she'll, yep, see, now she'll come right on out. So what she was in then was seedling bark. You can see nice small seedling bark. And I'm going to leave the keikis together, and that is another reason I'm wearing the gloves, is because I do suspect that she does have spider mites. Any orchid that she's been by doesn't seem to be getting them. So whatever it is, it's staying on this particular lady. And her roots actually look pretty good. Not very many dead ones in here at all. That is surprising, because she's been in here, like I said, since 2022. About a year and a half, because she's been in here since September of 22. It's February, not February, but March of 24. Let's see, there's one dead root right here. We will snip up off, and then we're gonna snip that piece right there. Let's see, what else do we have going on here? Let me just show you guys. Like, this is a fantastic root system. And I couldn't tell you which orchid has what roots? Because they are entangled together. And it's been since 2021 that I've seen the blooms. This is her first year reblooming for me. She does have a little tired old root right here. I always say I don't like white Phalaenopsis, but every time I get one that hasn't bloomed for me, it seems to be white. So maybe I do like the white ones. Maybe I just, in my head, I think I don't like them. Who knows? Who knows? So once you have cleaned up your root system, like I said, I'm about to spritz her down with some rubbing alcohol all over her leaves. It's still early enough in the day that it will not affect her. That one is dry right at the base, even though it looks healthy. The bottom is healthy, but see that top part? It was kind of dried off at the base. Now, if she were hurting on roots, I would not have done that. So if you have an orchid that is struggling with roots, don't cut them all willy-nilly like I am. But if you have one that has all of this going on, you can afford to cut a few without worrying about damaging her too much. Of course, there's going to be damage just from the repot itself. Just get these little dry root tips off. I'm going to cut that one right there because it's dry. And then that will extend down. Now, some people say you want to cut into the root itself. I cut right at the tip, right before the healthy tissue. I don't cut into the healthy tissue if I can help it. Sometimes it just happens that way, but I try not to. And I don't spray with hydrogen peroxide orchids that I've had in my collection just because there's no need. I've gotten to where I don't even spray new orchids unless I see something in the pot. Then I will spray. This is another one. Nice healthy root at the bottom, but the tip was drying out. If I'm going to freshen her up, I may as well do it the correct way. And then I have another one here where it's just the string. I'll take that off. And then let's spritz her. And like, look underneath. All that all looks like spider mite damage to me. I've never had spider mites, so I'm not 100% sure. But from what I've seen online, this is what spider mite damage looks like. So for those of you who have experience, can you let me know in the comments below if I'm treating the right thing or if that might be something else. I'm going to move as many of these roots out of the way as possible because, of course, I don't want the roots to get any alcohol on them. And I'm just going to douse her really good and then drain off the excess on that one. Move that root out of the way so that it does not get alcohol on it. And even though she's been watered in preparation for this repot, when I'm done, I will still flush her just to make sure that any roots that may have gotten any damage from the alcohol get rehydrated. It doesn't sit on there and mess them up. And I'm also trying to keep it away from the blooms. So we've got a lot going on over here, guys. Some of those roots just got. And I'm going to hang it like that for now. Now, while that is doing its job, and I'm hanging her upside down on the edge of the table so that the alcohol can run out of the crown, because of course we all know if we put water in the crown, that sets us up for some failures. Clean up all my mess here. I also brought along my little makeup brush here that once I let that drain for a few more minutes, then I'm going to take and just start wiping any excess out. So I'm going to let her drain. I'll be right back. So while I was letting them drain, I was untangling the roots and ended up untangling them separated. I'm just going to pot them back together because I don't need two orchids with a problem. But this brush is dry, so I'm just going to go down into the creases here and I'm just going to wipe out just to make sure that any of the excess does come out. And don't forget your bottom leaves. And I'm not worried about the base so much as I am in the crown area. So leave that one upside down a little bit, and then let's work on this one, because the alcohol, once it evaporates, becomes water. So we don't want water sitting in the crown of your orchid, because we don't want it to rot. So I'm hoping that the next couple of leaves that grow out of these two grow clean, because this one here didn't grow out too bad. It's not a lot of damage underneath it. There's some pocking going on, but it's not too bad, not like this. And then on this one, this leaf here has some, but it's not as bad as the two previous. So again, I'm gonna give you a little closer up. Just let me know if that is spider mites or if I'm dealing with something else. Here's another good look at it. I'd appreciate it. And that is another reason I'm wearing the gloves, is because I don't want to forget that I have touched these girls and touched someone else and spread stuff. So wipe my hands off there. Of course, everything was sanitized prior to getting her over here. So with this being separated, now I am gonna use this pot. We'll put some media at the bottom. Let me know what you guys are gonna be doing for this spring. Like, do you have your spring order together? I'm currently on a spending freeze. I'm not buying anything new at the moment. There's lots that I would like to buy, but I haven't bought. So there is that, and we will put a little bit of mycorrhizal fungi in there. And then I'm just going to plant them with their backs together, like so. I'm just gonna plant them like that. So this one technically should grow this way, this one should grow that way, depending on the lighting. And let's see if we can get these roots in here, all nice and snug. And of course, we're gonna run into the same problem of, see a little dead piece, of them growing through the slats, but that's okay. I kind of like that look on them. All right, and maybe, I don't know if the bark maybe also had some stuff in it that was causing the girls to suffer. And we're just gonna twist it a little bit. Oh, you know what? I see another one that has a little dead spot on it, so we're just gonna take that out. It wasn't very big of a root, but do you see the little dry sheath part? Just cut that piece off and it'll just extend on down. Now, because I am putting her in kind of larger bark than the seedling bark, I will have to probably water her a little more often for the next few weeks until she gets a little more established. And hopefully I got enough media. I'm thinking I did, but you know what happens when you think? Or what is the saying? Assume? Yeah. So hopefully that doesn't happen here. And I am holding them both down because I do want them to kind of be at the same height together. And I'll just put her right back where she is. Now, one of the drawbacks of repotting your orchid while they are in bloom, there is the possibility that the blooms are not going to last as long. She has been in bloom for a few weeks, and really I like the blooms. Apparently, I bought her, but I do want her to focus on recovering from whatever critter has gotten a hold of her. And then I'm gonna just kind of wiggle it down a little bit and make sure to hold your orchid when you are potting, because they will rise up and out of position. They like to do that. I think I might have just enough here for this one. I told you guys it was kind of the season for refreshing and repotting things, so bear with me. Let me know what kind of videos you guys like to see, and I will try to do more of those for you guys. I like repot videos. I like watching them whenever, like, there's a major root cleanup. Oh, that is so satisfying to see a healthy root system go back into a pot once you've cleaned out all the yucks. Nope, I did not get enough. That's all right. I'll finish topping her off here in just a few. Let's see, scoop it in there. And the only other drawback with using small perlite like this is if you do have slatted pots, it goes through the slats sometimes till it kind of settles in. So that is another little concern, but it's not that big of a concern that I'm gonna stop using it though. Here we go. All right, I will put a little bit more in here in a little bit. Once those blooms start dying off, I will go ahead and cut the spike, or I may cut the spike earlier, just depends. But now I'm hoping that they both kind of kick into high gear, and the next two leaves that come out of either one will be clean. Hope you guys have a beautiful day. Again, let me know what you want to see. I'll see you next time.